it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're going to be testing out the new Natasha Denona holiday collection. Now, I purchased all 4 products together on the website. It retails for $100, but I had a 10% off coupon, so I paid $90 for all 4 pieces. Now, each piece separately retails for more than what I paid, but the first thing I got was the I Need a Nude Glow highlighter, and this retails for $42. The packaging is gorgeous. We'll go ahead and swatch it. Look at that print. I love that. It's a beautiful champagne gold. And I think it'll work on a variety of skin tones. So I really, really like that highlighter. Next up, we have the mini Zendo palette, which looks, but I pulled it out wrong, looks like this, and this retails for $25, just like all of her other minis, and it is pretty. I think I'll get more use out of this than some of the other ones. So the first one is Uncovered, I think. Yeah. Uncovered, that's part of the problem. Daz, I think. Stripped. Trying to read these tiny little letters with my old eyes. Bare and Stark. So these feel just like normal Natasha Denona. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it is a very pinky color story, which is something that I really enjoy. And then there are 2 lipsticks. And from Natasha Denona, I've tried the bronzer formula. I've tried face palettes, I've tried eyes, but I haven't tried lips yet, so I'm excited for this. So the first one looks like this, and they retail for $25 each. This is I Need a Nude in Maria, which looks like this. Let's see how she feels. Oh, that's a pretty peachy nude. Very satin finished. And then we have Andrea, which looks like this. The packaging on these is so pretty and luxe. I like the shade of Andrea. So that is Andrea. So it's definitely much more of a more true nude. And one thing I like, you hear how that magnet snaps into place? That's a good magnet. And it seems like such a silly thing, but you know, after the week I've had, silly is what I want. I want easy, fun, silly. So I'm excited to play with this collection. And again, I paid for this all myself, which really isn't anything unusual for me. So I judge things harshly, or I judge them based on what I like in eyeshadow. So what works for me may not work for you. And if I like something you don't, or I don't like something that you do, that is perfectly okay, because we are allowed to have differences. So right now I'm using the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in Fair. I have been using this non-stop since I've gotten it. I adore this eye primer. And again, this is something I paid for. I have gotten a few things sent to me for free from influencer in overtime, but I haven't gotten PR, so, which is fine by me, because I just feel like I can judge things a little more harshly. So got our eyes primed. I'm gonna take and cut an e.l.f. eye tape just like normal, but this is gonna be a pretty simple and easy look because, I mean, it's a nude, kind of a pinky toned eyeshadow. But this is the kind of thing I like. And you know, if I were traveling and limited on space, because, well, I don't travel right now, but if I were, this would be something like if I only could carry a carry-on, this would be the kind of thing I would bring. So the first color I'm going into is Daz, which, or is that Daz or Jazz? Yeah, Daz, which is the lightest pink shade, and I'm not setting my eyeshadow primer because I'm going to use, I like to use it sticky. Oh, that's going on pretty. That's one thing about it, is for the most part, with Natasha Denona, I know how things are going to perform. You know, I know what I'm getting. That's why I like Natasha Denona. I mean, and they are pricey because, let's face it, this is a $25 palette. That is itty bitty. But again, I love Natasha Denona's formula. I mean, as you can see, if you notice there are palettes missing, it's because I'm fixing to do a collab with Leora, and we're going to talk about some palettes. So that's why certain palettes are missing. Now I'm going to go into the first shade, which is Stark. This one right here, which is just like a deeper mauve pink, which it kind of goes with my shirt today. Love it. So it's blending really, really well. Just a nice, very nice pinky nude look. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, this is my BK Beauty 205. What I was using for the both first two colors is the BK Beauty 201. Y'all know I love it. We're gonna try to use the Uncovered, which is the dark brown shimmer. I'm gonna see if I can kind of use that as a matte to deepen up the outer edge, which apparently I can. That gives a lot of depth, which I personally prefer in an eye look. I think that's what works best for my skin tone and my makeup preferences. But again, all those things are preferences. You know, a lot of people don't like a deep smoky eye like I love to do. So I'm just going back with the 201 and really blending it out. I think I'm gonna grab, this is a Zoeva Petite Crease, and I'm gonna go back into Uncovered, that brown. Yeah, that's working good. And really deepen up the crease. The Zoeva brushes are good. I ordered some to try out. I do prefer the BK Beauty brushes to them, but I did order the core set from Refer, so we'll see how those go, because if they're good, I'm gonna tell my husband to order me the whole set for my Christmas present, because, you know, I'm spoiled. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking how that is performing. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of Too Faced glitter glue. This is my normal whenever I apply like a shimmer that I want to perform like a shimmer. This is what I always do. So I'm gonna grab, this is a stain brush. This is from Cliona Cosmetics. It's just a flat brush to pat out the glitter glue. Give a place for my shimmer to stick, and then I'm gonna go into Bare, which is, I'm either getting these completely backwards, which is that deeper pink shimmer, because I think I'm gonna use this silver as my inner corner, possibly. I think that this palette though would work really well too in conjunction with the mini retro. So I like how these are performing. Very pretty. I'm just kind of going back over everything with my finger, and then I think I'm going to take my finger again and use it in the undressed shade or uncovered and tap that on the outer edge. Okay, so I like how this looks. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go put on the rest of my face, and then we'll come back and do the highlighter and lower lash line and lips, and we'll talk about our feelings. Okie dokie, so you can see I'm back. I have the rest of my face on. I used my Kaleidos blush, the Low Fly Blush Duo in Akari and Punch. I just used the matte side. My Gucci bronzer, the Eyelure 3/4 length lashes in 005. Those are my favorites. And then I used my Makeup by Mario Black for on the top, and I used the BFF Joyride in the bottom. So I wanted this look to pull a little bit more pink. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with, this is the BK Beauty 205, and we're gonna go into Undercover. For a little bit of depth underneath the lower lash line. That's pretty. I really like how that looks. Try not to blind myself. And then I'm gonna just take a clean BK Beauty 201. And this is one thing I always like to do, is just kind of go over the edges and make sure they're nice and smudgy. And I like more under my eyes because I am 37 years old, so I have fine lines underneath here, and sometimes concealer can get a little crinkly. Well, if you do this, for me, it helps where it doesn't look so crinkly. So I'm gonna grab the BK Beauty 207 brush, which is that tiny little pencil brush, and I'm gonna use it in the silver shade, which is Stripped. We're gonna spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and we're gonna use this as our inner corner highlight. I haven't used, oh, that's pretty. Even though it's definitely silver, it's coming off not as straight up silver, I guess, at least in my opinion. And to kind of talk about the eyeshadow palette, it's $25. If you got $25 to spare, or you want to get it like on the Sephora VIB Rouge sale or whatever, it's not bad. It's not bad in the least little bit. I'm happy to have it. But if you own other Natasha Denona shadows, or pretty much a lot of different neutral palettes, you have this in your collection. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This isn't anything revolutionary or unique. I think it's pretty, but it's not revolutionary or unique. So we're gonna try out the highlighter. This is my Kaleidos H1 brush. I love this brush for highlighting. I use it all, oh, that's pretty. That is a beautiful highlight. Now, I can foresee that if you have texture, this would definitely emphasize texture. I don't have a lot of texture, and it looks like I have more than what I do because of this style of highlight. It doesn't bother me, but it does emphasize texture a little bit, but it is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. There we go. So far, I think the look's really pretty. And that's the thing about it is, for the most part, for Natasha Denona, I know I'm going to get a pretty look, if that makes sense. This is the Mcgrath Lip Pencil. I need to sharpen it a little bit. In what shade is this? Buff, just a good nude lip pencil. There we go. It is very difficult to talk and line your lips at the same time, let me tell you. And I think what I'm gonna go into is, even though I really like the shade of Andrea, I think it's a little too brown for this look. So I think I'm gonna use Maria. Now, on my skin complexion, which I am, you know, a pretty true neutral olivey medium complexion, I would definitely recommend using no lip liner. If not, this might be a little too pale for most people's liking. Because typically, you know, I fall in like the 2 or 3 range for foundations. I'm a little paler whenever it comes to wintertime, but summer I am extremely dark. And this is almost too pale on me. I think, and this is the Celine Lip Gloss by Lunar Beauty. I love it. So let's talk about each piece in this collection. So the first thing is the mini Zendo eye palette. Do you need it? No. It is very basic. It's pretty, but it's basic. Now, if you're looking for like a good small eyeshadow palette, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, this is a gorgeous look. But if you've got a lot of nude eyeshadows, I would skip over it. I mean, the quality is there. It's just, unless you're someone who's like me who wants to own every eyeshadow palette, you don't need it. Okay, next up are the lips. Both of the shades on my skin tone, which this is Christy, or no, this is Andrea. And this is Maria. They're both beautiful, but they're both a little pale for my skin tone without a lip liner. Like if I use this without a lip liner, I look dead. And so, but I think that on someone who's paler, they would look gorgeous. But $25 for a lipstick is a lot. Now, last step is the I Need a Nude Glow highlighter. I love the color of it, but a champagne highlighter is probably my favorite thing. If you have a lot of texture on your skin, I would skip right over this unless you don't mind it showing, because as you can see, I mean, and if you've watched a lot of my videos, you will know I don't have a lot of texture on my skin. But even looking at my skin, it looks more bumpier than what it normally is. And as I said, I don't have a whole lot of texture that typically gets emphasized. So that's my thoughts on it, especially for $42. I mean, come on now. That's a lot of like, I don't know. That's a lot of texture to be shown. But don't forget to check me out on all my social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember, Thursday we have a special video. I am doing a collab with Leora from Leora Hillel Goldberg. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I butcher names. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I post most on Instagram and Facebook, other than YouTube. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all probably tomorrow too. Bye.